The energy in May is going to make you want to free your mind and free your voice. Stay tuned. Well, we just got kind of blasted with a lot of energy in April of self-reflection and contemplation. And that doesn't happen without a lot of turmoil. So I feel like we were in a place where we were receiving a lot of messages from the universe and things that we need to clear up, things that we need to get rid of. And it was sort of like an initiation time. I do feel like COVID and the pandemic was also some kind of initiation too, to make us feel like, are we ready for this journey? Do we have what it takes? Will we be brave enough to make that jump, to take the passage, the way, the journey to what we need to be and what we've been asking for. So I think it's really important to understand that right now there's been a big push forward for us to evolve, to expand our thinking, and to really understand that sometimes the universe has this kind of what seems like in a human mind, kind of a backwards nature. So, in order to fix something, you must go through the hardship of what the problem is to sometimes see a solution or sometimes release it. And many people, you'll hear them say, you have to feel to heal. Well, we did a lot of feeling in April, and here we are in May. And the feeling for me in May is that we've been broken open in this like initiation type period, this time. We've been broken open in a way that we have to now kind of reroot ourselves and start to understand who we are. And it is all about sort of leaving the old behind, allowing yourself to be birthed again, allowing that new birth to occur. And that was sort of the energy in February, March of this birth, that you had to allow yourself to be birthed and to be new and renewed. And it's interesting because the all the messages from, we'll say, the ancients or the energy of the universe or source that's coming through now is all about how we categorize things or how we put things in boxes and how we understand things. So everything's ramping up around anything that appears to be different to the mainstream and different to maybe the masses. So if you have any hangups around discrimination or racism or any hangups around marginalized groups, those are the kinds of things that will be highlighted and your behavior will be highlighted and things that you have to change. But this also leads into relationships, into workplaces. So you may be seeing a lot of unrest, a lot of turmoil as some deeper truths are revealed about ourselves. Remember, this year is all about yourself. So it's all about your inner workings and your belief systems. And what are the things that you don't agree with anymore that you used to? What are the belief systems that you commit to now, that you believe in and listen to inside yourself? And how is that different from maybe a few years ago? So we're really asked to be courageous right now with ourselves and to be very vulnerable. You're asked to be in this connection with self that is very new and very almost a little strange, to be so in tune with yourself. And May, for me, the energy is that we have realized some things about ourselves, or we have realized some things about other people or relationships, and we need to speak. We need to allow this energy to rise out, rise up and come out. And in this, there's a very freedom type process, where you're able to freely be yourself. And this is really a part of that radical acceptance that was really a strong theme last year, too, about how we had to radically accept everything we were to get where we wanted to go, or to be able to ask the universe for what we wanted. I'm also seeing this kind of like boomerang effect. So, if you were trudging away for the past few years, just trying to be a good person, trying to go through those self-improvement steps and, going through all the self-help books you could and trying to learn and just wanting to be better in every way and better to the people in your life, and maybe searching for a passion or a desire that fills you and that makes you feel like you're in service of others, in service of the universe. So, if you've been plugging away in your authentic self for the last few years and really having conflict with others who maybe can't be authentic, or maybe having conflict with people who are threatened by your authenticity, if that's been happening, you're going to notice this boomerang effect. It's starting to come back to us. It's starting to fill us up because we've been doing the work. We've been doing that hard soul work, that dark night of the soul work. We've been trudging away, feeling like sometimes we were getting nowhere over the past couple of years, but now doors are opening and you're going to notice this. So we really are being asked to be truthful, to be authentic with ourselves. And these are some of the highest acts of self love. So you yourself know in your relationships that if you can't speak your truth and if you can't honor who you are, then you are not in a place of self love. So truly, you cannot truly deeply love another person. There's a lot of surface love that we all have experienced in relationships, but this is that deep connection. It's intimacy with self first and then developing intimacy with another. So this is the thing. We're really being pulled back. And I'm always shown, I feel like we've been pulled back for the last few years, maybe longer for a lot of people that have chosen that spiritual path that really connects with them. But I feel like I see the image of a bow and arrow. And when you pull back that bow, you're pulling back that arrow and you're getting ready and you're aiming. So we went through the whole stage of the pulling back. And as if you kept feeling like you're just getting pulled back and pulled back and pulled back and pulled back, I want you to remember that now is the time to aim. Please aim. Please remember your manifesting capabilities right now and try to stay in the highest vibration of good fortune as possible, because good fortune is coming to all those who have prepared. And that's what I'm thinking, that you're pulling back that bow and that holding that arrow, pulling it back. And it's like that's all the preparation, but that's also all the hardship that you've had to try to challenge you to get to this point. We're about to let go of that arrow. And when that arrow goes, the farther back you've been pulled, the faster that arrow is going to shoot forward. And you've got to be prepared for all that goodness and magic that's coming. We're also connecting with this ancestral wisdom. Okay. So the ancestral, the ancient shamanistic energy that is present, it's like deep inside the earth. It actually came to Earth from the universe, from space. And I feel that a lot of our ancestors were actually way ahead of where we are. I feel like we, as a race, we've stepped back from the ancient knowledge, but the ancient knowledge is much more advanced than where we are right now. So now what you're seeing is these like technological jumps that are happening from something very simple and ancestral truth or wisdom. But it looks like it's like, wow, technology, it's such an advancement. But at the same time, there's this root. If you're looking very closely, there's a root knowledge and truth that actually came from the ancients. And we're being called directly right now to connect to your ancient self, connect to your ancient wisdom, because the ancients had it right. They had a lot of things figured out that we don't today. So there's a lot of that truth of the earth. And remember, the truth is always similar. So we're going to see the same things happening over and over again. And that pull back to nature, to Mother Earth, to help heal her. Let's help heal Mother Nature as we move on our path. Mother Nature is constantly healing us and it is available to us if we need healing. And it's the best healing you'll ever have. We are also pulled right now. So you're speaking your truth and you've reevaluated your belief system and you've done some self-improvement and you're willing and open and vulnerable with yourself and loving exactly where you are. If that is you, then next step is accepting your intuition and your psychic. I call it psychic abilities because psychic is like the big umbrella, but your intuition, your connection, your intimacy with self, you're accepting that. Now what happens is a lot of people are now looking for that mentor or that guide or expert to help them through this next phase, and it's okay to do that. You should be looking for a guide, somebody who's already walked the path that can help you. Why reinvent the wheel? We don't have time for that right now. Right now, this is about evolvement and expansion, and it's happening quickly. And if you're not prepared, I almost feel like people are going to feel like they're missing something. They're missing the boat, because this is the time of following those desires, what sets your soul on fire. Because remember, that bow has been pulled back very far. And as soon as we let that arrow go, it's going to shoot forward, and you've got to be prepared. And that brings me to the next place. If you're not prepared when that arrow shoots, when we let it go and it goes forward, it feels like everything is hitting you really fast and you don't have a place to put all that information and you don't have the concepts for what that means. And that's why listening right now to your intuition and the things that you have to change and fix about yourself, or the things that you need to accept about yourself, just accept it and say, I'm aware of that and I know I do that, and I'm going to be aware of that the next time that problem comes up so I can guide myself differently. This is about self-love. This is not about beating yourself up. But what's happening is I find a lot of people that can't do the work are being very hard on those that have been working, and we're fatigued, we're tired from this, all this self-improvement and this connecting with our true self, connecting with our higher self, connecting with the universe. It's a lot of work. And we have these people in our lives that are jealous, angry, oh, you're so lucky. If I hear somebody else say you're so lucky again, I don't know what I'm going to do, because this isn't luck that you see here. This is hard work. This is hard work and preparation. So when an opportunity does come that I'm able and willing to grasp, I can reach out and grab it because I'm ready, because I've worked for this, I'm prepared for this. Many of you in your chosen field, in your chosen profession, you're wanting more right now. You're wanting to deepen your understanding. You're wanting to learn and grow in your chosen path or your passion, whatever your soul's desire is. We are wanting more right now. We are wanting to deepen our work, or deepen our skills and our knowledge. So there's lots of magic around all this because the mysticism is revealing itself. And it is hard. It is hard to open your mind to understand that the human self maybe doesn't always have the perception to understand what the divine is trying to show you. So there's a lot of actions in the divine right now that don't make sense to us right now. Okay, so just think about that for a second. There are things happening around you and to you that don't seem to make sense, but the divine has a plan, and there is timing involved. And it's okay if something's not working out, or if you feel like you have to push too hard. It's okay to wait and try to see if there's a better opportunity or a better path, or allow the universe to work for you. So, as a people, I feel like we've kind of been lost for a while. And we've lost our way as far as who we are, what we're connected to, what we believe, and what actually works for not just us, but for others, our neighbors, our families, our societies, and what actually is humane. So, what actually makes sense for the continuation of us and our species, and how we are moving rapidly through many energy shifts right now. So we're going back to a place of integrity and humbleness and teachability, really, and allowing ourselves to be open to something new. And I'm telling you, it'll be so much easier for you to allow yourself to speak your truth, but also know that sometimes we know everything and nothing about something, or about everything. So this is important for you to know, that the universe has a plan for all of us, and that plan may not be revealed to you until the timing is exactly right. And when the plan isn't revealed and things are happening, it can be very confusing and chaotic. But if you can hold the faith and hold the vision of what you want to see and hold the faith in the universe and the spirit world is guiding you and leading you, I promise you, everything does make sense if you allow the universe to unfold. And people used to say this to me early in my spiritual journey, and I was really angered by this because I would feel like they had no idea what I was going through or what it felt like. And they were just like, oh, trust the universe and, wait and see what happens. And I always used to feel like just saying, shut up. That doesn't make any sense for me, but it does, I promise, if you just allow the universe to work. It doesn't mean that you can give up and just sit on the sidelines. It means the universe is asking you to open your heart and follow your passion, follow your desire to the best of your ability, but let the universe work with you and let it show you the way. And if something feels off and you have to push, 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 maybe it's just not right. Maybe it's just not the right timing. Now is a time to shine in your newness. Okay. So once we get past this feeling, we're going to speak our truth. We're going to, free our mind, free our voice, and we're going to let go of all the boxes and we're going to open up. Okay. And when we first do this, it is uncomfortable, but let that uncomfortableness just ride and let it die out. And then remember that you are a beautiful being, a brand new shiny being with all these reformed belief systems, and you're ready to show the world. As deep truths begin to be revealed and things seem chaotic in the world, I want you to understand that this chaos has to happen so that we can rebuild our world the way we want to, or rebuild systems the way we want to. So things will continue to change. Uh, the appearances, things will continue to fall apart, but they're not falling apart, they're falling together. Okay. Everything is falling together for you and for all of us. So I wish you deep blessings this month for May. Enjoy the spring. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I would take all the support you're willing to give me. Deep, deep, deep love to all of you, and we'll see you next month.